Do you see the riots? Have you heard of the riots? Have you guys heard about the riot now with all these riots? Do you know about the riots? Why is the UK rioting? We're in London and we're gonna find that out today. So why are the UK rioting right now? If you don't know what's going on right now in the UK, they're protesting and rioting. And I'm gonna try to break it down in a more simplistic way so you can have a clear understanding of what I think is actually going on. From my opinion, it's like a race war is kind of building up. And I personally think that it stems back to up to World War II. So during World War II, I say a large quantity of the male population, the English male population, would cease to exist. So the United Kingdom called up all of their allies, that's India, that's the Caribbeans, that's Africa, and told them we need people to rebuild the population as well as rebuild the United Kingdoms, which they did. That's why a lot of people, particularly if you look in London, London's a perfect example of it, you have tons of big communities of Caribbeans, Africans, Indians have their own particular community here, and they literally rebuilt this whole country, this whole, not just a country, this whole group of countries. They rebuilt the United Kingdoms. And right now, the English are basically saying, we want our country back. We don't want our country to look like a melting pot. We want our country back. They're taking all of our jobs. They're taking all of our opportunities. They're taking all of these particular things. And the sons and children of the immigrants who came over during that Windrush period, because that's the Windrush, are saying, this is our home just as much as it's your home. You asked us to come over here. We built this place. We put in all our hard work and tears. We're about 3 to 4 generations in while being here. How dare you act like we're coming here and like just taking up everything? Most of the jobs that a lot of these, what they call immigrants, have are skill-based jobs. But the English have notably always had like this particular background in being in laborers. They worked in warehouses, they worked in construction, you know? So the jobs that are actually out for grab, that they're saying they're grabbing, it's like what? Hair care, you know, health care? Like what are the jobs that are you gonna be taking from these particular people? What jobs can they possibly be taking from you? The restaurant business, most of these things are skill-based jobs that majority of all these Caribbeans and Indians and Africans actually, they've been brought up with this type of skill base. So this is what's happening right now. It's literally the English getting frustrated and upset about all of these particular Windrush babies and generations of Windrush babies coming in and taking all of these particular opportunities from it. And now they're thinking like, we want to push all of these people out that the United Kingdom's brung in to rebuild the country now that the country's all built. That makes no sense. The United Kingdom is literally a mixture of multiple different countries and cultures. Without the African community, the Caribbean community, the Indian community, without all of these particular communities, will London look the way London looks? Will the United Kingdoms flow the way the United Kingdoms flow? No, it wouldn't be right. It doesn't seem right. The old ideology and the old perspective of the UK is non-existent anymore. And you can't hang over to a past of what you have been. And that's one of the things that I said earlier when I first got out to this country is some people haven't realized that the United Kingdom is not the great United Kingdom anymore. This is a whole new generation. This is a whole new different type of UK. There's a whole new different type of England. Now, I'm not choosing sides on who's right and who's wrong. I'll leave that for the comments to decide. But it's kind of distasteful when you bring over a whole bunch of different groups of ethnic groups to rebuild and repopulate the country in the actual communities. And then when they do that and rebuild your GDP, you kick them out. But what do you guys think? We're out here in London trying to get an opinion on what the people think about what's happening with the riots in London. And it's very mixed decisions. Well, not mixed opinions, but I really want to give you guys a thought process on what's actually happening here in London. And I'm going to be looking for people who actually have a good spirit and good energy. Huh? Yo, let me ask you guys a question. Are you from London, though?
Yeah, from London.
Are you really? I want to know. All right, so answer this question real quick. All right, what's the reason for the riots, so far as you know?
Apparently it's because of the 3 girls that got
Unalived.
murdered. Yeah, unalived,
Jesus
sorry.
Christ.
Sorry, unalived in Southport. And I think people are using it as an excuse to be racist.
That's what everybody keeps saying. Everyone's saying like...
Yeah, that's what I've heard on social media.
A lot of tension being built between races because of an event that happened, and the far right, who are sort of always quite extreme, are trying to sort of take action on their side, which is delusional, isn't it?
Give your opinion. All right. So for the people that don't know, what do you know about what's going on?
It's people given a scapegoat and using it for their own stupid, immoral ideology.
I respect that. I agree with that. You?
I'm not actually sure, to be honest. I just get updates from these guys.
Do you know what's happening with the riots in London?
Some racist stuff happening. Some people are upset about migrants and immigrants and stuff like that. And
I
yeah,
used to be upset about things that's been happening for years, to be honest.
Are you part of the Windrush?
My
bloodline?
grandparents, yeah, so
I'm not.
no,
My parents African.
Your parents are African.
I'm from the West Indies.
All right, so you're part of the Windrush bloodline.
yeah,
Like, can you
don't
explain
keep
to
up
me
with
what's
it.
happening? Like, what's happening? Like,
Fucking idiots with dumb attitudes.
that's
That's
A
it.
bunch of idiots been given an excuse.
Yeah.
to go crazy.
Yeah.
You don't rep you guys. I don't think the whole UK believes in this, and I don't think everybody from
I think
this.
it's a very small minority.
So, all right. So from you from the UK, what do you wish would happen at the end of it?
What is there to happen? People just need to get along and learn to just live and let live, innit?
You
This
like,
is the way of life. No, after this conflict, there'll be another one.
Yeah.
It's just the way of
There's gonna be
life.
something else after this, yeah.
but keep it honest. Do you enjoy the diversity effect that's in the UK?
100%.
Yeah, for sure. Have you seen the women?
He said, have you seen it? All right, so what's happening in the UK right now with all these riots? So far as you know.
A lot of craziness, to be honest. It's a lot going on.
What do you think is happening? Yo, guys, come here. What do you think is happening? Do you know about the riots that's
Rioting.
happening?
Yeah, not too much though.
What's happening? Can you explain to me, like, what's the situation?
Well, I know something about like these girls that got stabbed,
Damn, the
some
lingo.
shit like that, huh?
Lingo. No demonetization.
PG.
Yeah, unalived.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, these girls that got unalived, and so what? Like people are like breaking out because of what happened or something.
I don't know. A lot of people saying that they're using this just to be racist.
I mean, I'm not the political guy to have the solution.
Nah,
to
I
this,
just
you
wanna
what
know
mean?
what your
I don't know the
thoughts.
root causes. I think there's a lot of factors going on. But obviously it's been a tough last 5 years in the country for a lot of people. So
Do you think this is
I
all-
think there's a lot of tension built up, a lot of unresolved conflict from Brexit, financial crisis, I mean, people are having a tough time, innit? So I guess it's when the stress and true colours come out for some. But yeah, that's as much as I can
we got the
comment
same
on that.
situation happening in America? What's really happening? I don't understand.
I'll be honest, I don't even know like that. I know there's a bunch of people that are just angry somewhere for some reason, and to my head, I look at like what we did Brexit, they chose to leave.
Yeah.
Now you're upset with your decisions you made.
Yeah.
So, tough cookie, isn't
What
it?
do you know so far about the riots that have been happening?
I swear it's EDL versus like all the. I seen videos online of
Can
just.
you explain to me what the EDL is?
It's like it stands for English Defence League.
Okay.
So it's like basically English.
Not the NDL.
No, not the NDL. It's like English nationalists that just
Okay.
want immigrants out of our country, and they're quite violent.
Yeah. Do you think that represents England?
No.
Is that the type of representation of England that you would want to? Do they inspire you in a way to be?
England's it's meant to be like a multicultural place with like England was built on immigrants, built on immigration, so we should let them come in. I don't see the issue of it, but
I hear that a lot of people, like from my perspective, a lot of people they're just targeting anybody that looks different.
yeah.
Have
yeah,
you heard
that's
that?
what it's like. Yeah. It's bad.
Hold on, come closer.
It's pretty much anyone that's different, yeah.
How do you feel about that? Like, I'm sure y'all got friends who look different, and
I mean, I think it's unfair, but I don't think they like represent everyone that's English.
the reason why I'm having this conversation with a lot of different people is because I want a lot of different
Yeah.
I want a lot of different people to see it. You know what's happening, and what do people of London actually think about it?
Yeah.
How does this make you feel? You're the youth, you're the young, and you're like how does that?
I think it's bad. I don't think it's good for our future, to be honest.
What would you like to know about the situation?
I'd like to know what people that are doing it, what their reasons are for it, and if it's the right reasons or not.
If you had one question to ask the people who are behind this situation, what would you ask them? Because you're from the UK, right? You was born here.
Yeah, I was
So this
born
is
here.
your home.
What would I ask them? To be honest, I have no interest in talking to them. To be completely real, I'm trying to live my life. I think everyone should just be respectful of others, and any opinions and like ideologies you have, as long as they don't harm anyone or put anyone else's like lives or like well-being at risk, go crazy. As soon as you start to like do nonsense that's putting other people at risk, I'm not involved. I don't care for your reasoning. To be honest, just be a better person.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Treat others how you want to be treated.
How
If you
tall
can't,
are
if you can't, 6'3". Yeah, you can't. If you can't feel that, you know what I mean. Can't understand that. I can't help you. Some people you can't get around to, you can't get through to. It's not my problem.
System that we're embracing now, that we have now, is built off the back of immigrants,
Yeah.
NHS, TFL. That's all to do with our grandparents, great grandparents. We were here even before the Windrush. We
Yeah,
were
yeah.
brought-
People don't talk about that.
Exactly. Our
great-grandfathers, and especially who were brought here for the war, and that was promised certain things and never got it. We were here before the Windrush, so they needed us way before that. Not just the Caribbean, Pakistan, India, all of them. So, but we're to a point now, 2024, that we're developed to such a state where they can't really get rid of us.
I appreciate it. Anything else you want to tell us? Like, I'm really trying to break down like what's actually happening. What do people of London actually think about the riots?
There's not much going on in London. It's all outside of London.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you was gonna throw, not in saying this, but if you was gonna throw a riot, wouldn't you come to the most pinnacle part? Like,
what should we start?
No. You're saying that. Would you support that?
No.
I told you. I said, as soon as he started talking, he's gonna
London is. London's like the most diverse place in the country, so it's one of them.
Like, especially in London, since you're in London, a lot of people are going to disagree with it. If you went further up north, I'm sure more people would agree that they don't want immigrants out. Because
you don't think they'll ever come to London?
Nah. North's more racist. If you go up to like Yorkshire, that type of area,
they wouldn't be able to do it in London.
You think there'll ever be a riot in London?
No way. You're not in my area at least. I think they'll be in the wrong.
What's your ends?
What, Tottenham? They're not going to come to Tottenham on that. They can stick in like East London.
If the riot came to Tottenham, what you think is gonna happen to them?
They're gonna get smoked. Like, they're gonna, you go over there, you're gonna get yourself bullied. I wouldn't.
People get involved.
Yeah.
Do you think that ever make its way to London?
In pockets, yeah, but it's not gonna. I feel like the UK is smart enough where the majority aren't going to accept it, innit? So it's not going to turn into a...
So do you think that's only happening because there's not that much diversity in those particular areas?
Yeah.
Everyone's got their own interpretation of injustice.
You think that they will survive? You think they'll survive and those people doing those crazy stuff in London?
Well, look, all I know is that I've been up north for a bit in the UK.
Oh.
I know that the riots are different up there to how they've been down south so far. But that's not to say you can rule anything out. I think
they're not doing
we're gonna see. Look, I just know I've been in London my whole life. It's more heavily policed here. It's a bit harder to get crazy shit going.
How does it make you feel that you know that your bloodline, you have your family, your grandfathers have rebuilt Britain, rebuilt the UK, and now that these new generations who lack the knowledge or lack the information on what you guys contributed to this particular society, how does it make you feel to see them like pushing these racist narratives?
I don't think they lack the knowledge. I think they see it. It's right in front of them. They just choose not to. It's just down to ignorance. It's two different things.
I don't think they're ignorant. I think they know, but they don't care. It is what it is, man.
They just don't want to accept it.
Yeah. How does that make you feel?
Personally, it doesn't make me. Yeah, honestly, it doesn't make me feel anyway. And I'm not saying that because I'm, trying to push it to the back of my mind or anything like that, or I'm inconsiderate. I'm definitely considerate of what the contributions that my grandparents and ancestors done for the country. However, we're talking about 60, 70, 80 years. I have to think for myself. I have to look after myself now. Like what my grandparents and my great-grandparents has done, they have done. That can't be erased, no matter what this white systematic system has put in place. Yeah, they can't get rid of that. I have to think for myself now and just move forward, and that's it.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. Enjoy your food. Your parents and are your family descendants part of the Windrush?
Yeah.
Ooh. Seriously? Don't you think that's an iconic period in time? Like the Windrush is one of the people, the group of people who literally rebuilt Britain after World War II.
Hey, look, don't get me involved in that.
That's sick.
It's sick for sure, but I don't know enough about it, so I ain't gonna comment on stuff I don't know. But my parents are wicked people.
Yeah, not yet.
Get me here.
The generations before them, So if y'all don't know, just a little quick education real quick. After World War II, the United Kingdom was literally in shambles, So the UK literally called on, you're gonna learn this in school, the UK literally called on all their allies, and the India, the Caribbeans, and told them that we need help to rebuild Great Britain. So that's why people like him, his generation, the Windrush period, of people came over here, migrants. That's why you look in London, and it's Indians, it's Caribbeans, a lot of them here. It's because their parents literally rebuilt Britain at that.
What was it called? The Windrush?
Yeah, it's the Windrush. Yeah, it's the Windrush period. So that's a historical thing you just learned. Did you know that?
Nah, I never heard of it, no.
Yeah. So now you know, after World War II, Great Britain was literally in shambles, and they sent the Caribbeans and the Indians to come over here and rebuild Great Britain.
So what you say, we're in shambles again now? Is that what you're implying?
No, I think that it was a domino effect. I think the domino effect of the Windrush and the culture diffusion is really starting to pave its way into this whole race war that's happening right now.
Right.
Don't you think?
Yeah. I mean, look, there's a lot involved, a lot of politics involved.
What do you wish for the people of the UK?
I wish happiness and health. Do you know what I'm saying? I want everyone to be safe. Hope everyone can enjoy their lives and enjoy their time with their family and not feel at risk. just because of the color of their skin or whatever, their background. That's it.
Is anything you want to say to the people that are dealing with dealing with the situation, who are victims of it?
Be resilient.
Yeah, be resilient.
Stay strong.
Do what you can.
Be safe.
Be safe, bro. That's it.
Are you part of the Windrush bloodline?
No, I'm African.
You're African.
Yeah.
Like, what is your thoughts on this particular situation? Like, when you see it and you look at it, like, how does that make you feel? For somebody who's born and bred in London, you know, you're here, you're from the UK. Like, how does that make you feel when you look at it?
Obviously, I'm not shocked in it. Like, people always mention the racism that happens in the UK, and it kind of like it's ignored a little bit sometimes. But obviously, now we're seeing that what we've been saying is correct in it. Like, do you know what I mean, there is pockets of the country that have these views and beliefs, and now it's coming
And for
to the
people
forefront,
that, like, for people that don't know this situation, that have never seen it, they only see one side of the situation.
Yeah.
What would you say to them to like inform like Americans or people outside that are watching this happen?
It's the same across the world. It's
Yeah.
like Black Lives Matter. We need to stand up and we need to just show that we do, and we do this in other ways, not just violence and inciting
Do you
hatred.
feel it's strange that the king hasn't spoken about this, or nobody in the political space has addressed it?
It's Britain. It's not straight here. We're used to this. They try to sort of put racism under the carpet, whereas like in other places a bit more in your face, whereas here it's discreet and subtle. So these are the kind of things that happen that we kind of see. Okay, cool. Now everyone can see what's.
What do you think should happen? What do you think would be the best possible situation?
I got no idea, man. I'll be a politician if I did, but it's gonna die down. We need to make sure that people that have been involved in it get the right level of prosecution. So if someone's evidently been involved in rioting or inciting hatred, they should get the book thrown at them. But I don't know what I would do in it.
Do you feel safe?
Well,
all right.
But for more vulnerable people of colour, it's not an ideal situation. I wouldn't want my family to be in a situation where like that is. But again, someone like me, obviously, I feel quite safe. But I know that there's vulnerable people within ethnic demographics that are going to be worried and concerned. So I want everyone to kind of protect them. We need to protect our people and do what we got to do. So yeah.
I appreciate you. Thank you. Get back to your call. Great. Wow, great insight, great informative situation. On YouTube. Yeah, it's the BBC.
Oh, this is BBC?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I should have said something about.
Yeah, you can say something if you want.
No,
it's America BBC. BBC America. American BBC. Dark Laventine. Dark lavender. Giving it to you raw.